he's managed to hold on and they get
He missed the complete that. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through, he tags Richard Eck.
Okay, this will be interesting. Let's see what Kevin leave us here. Oh, he's still blinking. I saw him flash. He's not saying anything. All right, I guess he's still there. It's Saturday night, and that means it's time to go short track racing. Welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel and its coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's Outlaw Series for the SK Modified. Hello, I'm your host, Bill Subzon, and I've parked the Hams Modified. I've slipped out from behind the wheel, climbed the steps of the press box, and joined Sean Andros behind the GSRC microphones to bring you tonight's action from this historic venue that is Bristol Motor Speedway. Turning the knobs and pushing the sliders is our director, Kevin Brown, and the artistic vision of Dougie Beard is responsible for all the camera locations. Sean, I was happy to see the series visit my home state of California last week. Irwindale gave us our sixth different winner in 7 races when Philip Temples took the checker flag. But to be honest, this series, at least for me, feels more at home in the land of Jack Daniels. And that's where we are tonight, Bristol, Tennessee. Sean, give us your thoughts about Bristol.
One word, fast. Okay. Yeah, let's make it let's expand on that. Really fast. Thunder Valley, man, 4th largest sporting venue in the United States. With this 26 to 30 degree banking on this track here and all 4 corners, half mile, these guys are right now turning low 15-second laps, and brother, that is flying, man. We're going to get around this track really quick, this half-mile oval tonight. Bristol is one of the most famous half-mile ovals of all time. Legendary races have occurred here. The modifieds, these things just stick like glue to the track in pretty much any lane you want to choose. You can flat-foot it, and now you may do that at the expense of a little bit of tire wear, but with 75 laps here tonight, I think you'll be okay to the end. You're going to have to be, because you can't take the tires off in this series and change them. If you do, you lose all your points, so no going up on the jack for tires. Yeah, again, we're seeing low 15-second laps. Dare I say, somebody might get into 14 tonight. But I tell you, with this fast brand of racing that you're going to see side by side in these turns and being able to keep that car in your line and make it stick, man, it's going to be tricky. It might even get a little treacherous. We've got some really skilled drivers in this series. Looks like we're going to have 14, 15 to go tonight. Here, go off the start line, and Bill, I think we're in for a real exciting one tonight.
Yep, working on a few gremlins here. Let's see what's our time here. We got about 3 minutes to go. So I guess we'll go ahead and run through these standings real quick, if we can bring those up. Looking at the points race, Matt Hoos leads the way with 59 points. Surprisingly, Hoos only has one podium, that being a victory at Langley in Week 6. He's built his lead with on participation and consistency. Danny Moore and Ryan Nuss are the only other drivers really threatening Hoos at the top. Both drivers sit 2 points back with 57. Now Moore is winless this season, but he has 3 runner-ups, one at Martinville, one at USA, and one at Thompson. Now for Nuss, it's been feast or famine with a win at Stafford and a third at Oxford, but everything else has been 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, really not so great. Kenny Morris and Matt Shinosky round out the top 5, both drivers being winless so far, and both are pretty far out of contention, more about 7 or 8 points back, but Shinosky does have a pair of podiums, so that's always nice. We've had a couple, I think all the penalties are done, Sean. Everybody's back and able to race here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going to make the field. Honestly, I like Donnie Moore's chances tonight. Donnie's had some trouble in these races. We talked about the couple of runner-up finishes he's had, and that's been great. But it seems like he gets in trouble early, and then has to work his way all the way back up to get in the hunt. Tonight could be Donnie's night. Looking awful fast so far. He's in the top 5 in time. Got a low 15-second lap, so he's going to be quick. If he can stay away from the trouble and get that car up into the clean air, this could be Donnie Moore's night and would be a good shot in the arm in the points race.
Definitely, and we got everything going. Let me take care of a few issues here while the director yells at me. And we got that taken care of. Okay, I think we're ready to start this action here. Let's see how long we got. Should be going to gridding here any second, don't you think, Sean?
Yeah, they're putting in their final laps now. We've got Brian Neff on the track, who is at the top of the practice board right now, 15:145. Now they will start this grid. They'll invert the finishing order from last week. The top 8 will invert, and so the person who finished 8th last week is going to start on the pole this evening. I don't remember who that was right now, but he will start on the pole. And like you said, everybody is back tonight. There's one omission. And he had a baby a few weeks ago. Actually, it's been about a month now, and I don't think he's going to make the field tonight. I don't see him here. But right now, the practice session is over, and they are getting ready to grid up here. Bill, I'll let you go ahead and start with our top 5.
Pretty darn close in the times for practice, at least. Now, of course, they don't have much to do with qualifying. In fact, when we look at the grid here, I can take a quick look and see who's really up there. On the pole is Ryan Nuss. Now he has a 15.2. That puts him about mid-pack for qualifying. So let's go ahead and I'll do the top 6, and then we'll let Sean take the next 6. So on the front row tonight is Ryan Nuss in the number 13 car. His qualifying time was 15.22, so he has a 22. Now outside of him is Matt Hoos with a 15.1. Inside of the second row is Donnie Moore. Outside of the second row is Ernest Brown, and both of those guys have 15.1s for qualifying time. Dennis Ellis sits inside the third row in 5th position, and then in the 6th spot, outside of row 3, is Brian Neff.
Yep, row 4, we got Tim Knott on the inside, Philip Temples on the outside in 8th, Lowell Jewell, league president and organizer, there on the next row on the inside. In number 55, he'll start 9th. Kenny Morris in the 05 starts 10th on the outside. Matt Shinosky will start in 11th on the inside in number 35. Jeff Rudolph starting on the outside in 12th. Brad Speidel will start on the inside at 13th in the number 76 machine. And rounding out our 14 tonight will be Michael Holloway in the number 31 machine, 14th place. And the gentleman I was talking about earlier that's not here is Christopher Ensley, who's won 2 races this season. and unfortunately is not in the race tonight. That's going to be 3 races in a row that he has missed. Gotta imagine he's spending time with that family, but we're getting ready to go green here on the next lap, Bill.
Now Ryan Nuss in the in car number 13 is at the back of the field. I'm looking at this. If I get this straight here, if my timing and scoring shows correctly, I'm showing Matt Hoos on the pole position. Is that what you're showing, Sean? On the outside?
No.
Okay.
I've got Matt on the outside, and I've got Ryan on the inside.
The number 13 card on the inside. Okay, that's what I put. So my timing and scoring's a little off here. All right, they're coming down. I expect the pace car to pull in. Chug-a-lug, makes you want to holler Heidi-ho. Oh, jumping out in front is the yellow car of Hoos, gets a great jump. And Nuss is very slow into second place. On the outside now, going stuck on the outside is the Ernest Brown, running in third in the car with the blue numbers on top. But meanwhile, Nuss in second, and now we have a challenge for the lead. And there goes, that's Nuss on the 13 car taking the lead.
Matt Hoos is in the pits. Not sure why he's off, but, well, you know what? Matt Hoos jumped the start. Ryan Nuss was slow to the pedal. I can't imagine Matt's going to be very happy about that. Ryan Nuss was really slow off the start there.
It was a great start, but yeah, I think Nuss was really slow. But there's plenty of time for Hoos to get back in here now. So let's set the top for you here. It's Nuss in first. Second place is Ernest Brown. Running in third is Donnie Moore. Just behind them, in the fourth position, Dennis Ellis. And then a battle for fifth there, Brian Neff, and tucking to the inside is Tim Knott.
Got Nuss in the lead still, but on the outside, gotta watch out. Here comes Donnie Moore, trying to make it work down there.
Donnie Moore making that outside line work. Yes, indeed.
Donnie actually on the inside. It's Ernest Brown on the outside in the number 8, trying to make it work up there, Bill. He's holding well right now. He's going to make the move here. He's just slightly in front of Ryan Nuss right now.
He's got it now. Let's see if he decides to pull down or if he's just going to like to stay on the outside because that line's working for him. I think he likes the outside line. And now we have a battle for third position there as Donnie Moore's peeking to the inside. Donnie Moore's going to take over second. They're side by side. Moore and Nuss. Moore now takes over the lead. Nuss still fighting on the outside. Meanwhile, Brown is pulling away. And now Nuss is going to claim second place. Moore's going to slip into third. And in fourth position, it's Brian Neff. Neff all over the back of Moore. Clean all the way through. Neff really pestering Moore. And now he's spun. He's turned around. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars.
Everybody collected there. Wow. All up there in turn 4, Bill. Man, that was a bad one.
The yellow car of Mike Holliday was able to check up. He was not involved in it. And also a car that was able to avoid it was Matt Hoos. But a bunch of cars were involved in that one. Let's see if we go back to replay on that one. Holy moly.
Yeah, it looked like that Philip Temple's got just a little bit of the bumper there of Brian Neff, and then that just started the whole chain reaction.
Temple's got around, and then the track was blocked. Then they just kept piling in. And finally, those 2 cars in the very back were able to check up far enough and not get involved. So that's good for Hoos, who had a lot of ground to make up. You saw that there on that replay. Boy, they were piling in.
So in that, we've got Dennis Ellis, Matt Shinoski, the 60 Brian Neff was in that. Lowell Jewell was in that. The 05 Kenny Morris was in that. Just a mess. A lot of cars. Tim Knott got tangled up in that.
So cars I see in the pits right now are Knott is sitting in the pit. Temples is in the pit. Jewell is in the pits. I imagine those guys are looking for brand new cars.
Yeah, everybody will get one free repair here, Bill.
I think I saw Dennis Ellis in the pits. Well, he's in right now. Ellis just came in. Neff is leaving right now, so everyone trying to get all their business taken care of. You know, it's just the nature of the beast. It's just, you got short track racing, it's you have to race so close, and sometimes you want to touch the guy a little bit. I found when I put in my practice laps here, I was really loose, and if I would make a mistake, the rear end would come around on me. So my hunch is Sean, there's not really a lot of room for bumping and bagging here. I think if you give him just a little bit of a tap, you're going to turn that car in front.
Yeah, well, you know, I said it in the pre-race as we're watching right now. Matt Hoos gets a wave around. He gets one of those laps back. But you know, you can flat-foot it around here. But now, getting through these turns, you've got to be really precise. And if you're not, and you have the slightest bit of upset in the car, if there's a car next to you, or you're coming up on one, getting a run on somebody, there's just no time to react. And if you lift, guaranteed someone's going to be right behind you. They're going to be in it, and it's going to cause a wreck. Going to have to be really careful here tonight. Now, so many guys were involved in that, and they've already got that free repair. They're really going to have to be cautious here. We still have a lot of racing to go. We're only at lap 14 right now.
So your leader right now is Ernest Brown. Now, he's been at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see him at 6 races so far this season. His best finish, he doesn't have a podium yet. He does have a 4th place at Oxford. So it's very nice for him, sitting 9th in the point standing. So this will help him out a lot. So right now you're looking at Brown in front. Now right behind him is Ryan Nuss. And then Donnie Moore in 3rd, and then rounding out, it's Matt Shanowski in 4th, and the top 5 is Mike Holloway.
Looks like Dennis Ellis is taking that car behind the wall. I'm showing he is disconnected. The pace car is off, Bill.
Okay, Nuss leaves him. Now Nuss is taking nice and easy. He does get a nice break out in front. Gets about a car length Brown gets about a car length on Nuss now as they take him in. Nuss in the 13 car in 2nd place. Challenging now is Donnie Moore looking in there, trying to take over 2nd. Moore following Nuss around. So far, the outside line has worked, so we'll see if Nuss wants to take it high to see if he can get the leader. If Donnie Moore wants to take it high, see if he can get into 2nd place. Meanwhile, your leader remains Ernest Brown. It's Brown, Nuss, Moore, and then a little bit farther back is Holloway in that yellow car number 31. The leaders are 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to try to put in some laps here, see if they can get in a few green flag laps as we're on lap 17.
Yeah, and you know, right now I'm watching Michael Holloway, and he is picking up some ground here pretty quick. Holloway looking pretty strong in that 31 green machine, sponsored by Sundrop. He is really going right now. He's got a little bit of distance there to get to Donnie Moore, but he is working on it and working fast. Got Brad Spidle behind him. These are all cars on the lead lap. Matt Hoos still a lap off pace, but he is coming too. Matt Hoos is not out of this race. All it's going to take is another yellow flag, and Matt Hoos is going to be in this, be back in this race.
And a car making a move is Lowell Jewell now. He's got around a bunch of traffic. He's moved up a little bit, still sitting in 13th position. And a car that's really flying, if I can find him here. Car high in the backstretch there in the very tail of the field, but it looks like everybody's okay. We're still green. I think we saw a car spinning. It might have been Jeff Rudolph, but yeah, I think Jeff Rudolph put it in the wall, but it looks like he's okay. Everybody's still going right now. So let's go ahead. Rudolph and Morris got into it. They're looking at them right now as we had them on replay there.
Yeah, you know, they were coming across the start-finish line, and Jeff Rudolph got a little bit loose, and Kenny Morris had to check up, and Rudolph's car kind of shot right up in front of him there as they went across the start-finish line, and both got out of shape, both got just a little piece of the fence, but they both got back under power without spinning.
We had a 3-wide situation back there with all that going on. So let's go back up now that we're live again. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our leaders one more time. Ernest Brown comfortably in 1st place. Ryan Nuss in 2nd. Very closely followed by Donnie Moore. Now those 3 cars have able to distance themselves a little bit. Now we have a nice battle going on. Then for 4th right now, side by side, is Brad Spidle and Mike Holloway. And And you see Spidle now in that white car, able to pull into 4th place. Holloway on the outside is being challenged again for 5th place now by Brian Neff. Neff trying to make that inside work. Oh, I think Holloway got into the wall.
Yeah, that was Neff. Got a little piece of the 31 there, Mike Holloway, and Holloway had to check up. Got a little bit of fence there. Looks like Kenny Morris might have gotten a little bit more damage than I saw there. Kenny Morris is taking that car behind the wall and is disconnected from the race there, Bill.
So I think that's going to be our second driver who's out of the races as Holloway begins to drop back. We're looking at him right now in that yellow car. Now we're on Donnie Moore back at the front of the field. 3rd position for Donnie Moore.
Spidle's quick right now. Spidle in 4th, trying to get up there. Just turned to 3:15. He's looking good. Spidle is leading that pack behind the top 3, but talked about Donnie Moore before the race. Donnie looked...
Yeah, and Brown is... So that 3-car pack that we were talking about before might be turning into a 4-car pack if we talked about Brad Spidle. Maybe we can keep a little look on Spidle here as he's putting in some nice hot laps. Now he's being pursued for 5th by Brian Neff. So your top 5, Brown, Nuss, Moore, Spidle, and Neff. We're on board with Donnie Moore right now. Looking up ahead at Ryan Ness. Again, that's Ryan Nuss. I really think these drivers get together and decide Nuss and Neff need to... I've had enough of Ryan Nuff and Ness.
That's all right, Bill.
Still on board with Nuss. That's what happens when I sit in for every other race. Oh, I heard a crash here somewhere. Do we have somebody? Keep an eye on Jeff Rudolph. He's in the wall. He's spun it on the inside. Hit the outside, brought it down to the inside. Jeff Rudolph in car number 60. No yellow flag, apparently.
Yeah, Jeff having a little bit of trouble with the handling on that machine, and he is dropped back really quick here.
Putting it in the pits now. Okay, back on board. We're looking at Neff right now.
Yeah, Neff in the pits with heavy damage. He already had to get some repair. I don't know, I don't know if they're going to be able to get that machine repaired enough for it to be competitive. He's now fallen a lap down.
Holloway has hit the wall again, and I think I misidentified that as Randolph. Randolph is fine. It was Neff who had trouble. And while I'm sorry to see Neff in the pits, it's really going to help me out that I don't have to worry about Nuss and Neff together. So. Not that I wish ill on anybody, but certainly it's hard for me to call those. Let's go ahead and set our leaders one more time now. As we're working lap 39, we have reached the halfway point. Ernest Brown still in front. Kevin Brown behind the knobs and sliders. In 2nd place, Ryan Nuss. In 3rd place, it's Donnie Moore. And those guys are all still within distance of striking each other there. If they can just get a little bit closer. Brian Spidle running in 4th. Brad Spidle, Matt Shinosky in 5th. And I'm going to get these names right from here on out. Mike Holloway in 6th. Jeff Rudolph still on the track. Running in 7th position.
You know what, Bill? This has been a very fast race so far. And there's been the attrition rate has been incredible.
We have
a lot of miles on these tires, and the cars are freeing up, and we're starting to see. Oh, and our leader, Ernest Brown hits the wall.
Yeah.
And it spins off the track into the inside barrier. That car is damaged heavily. Ernest Brown is all of a sudden went from leader to being badly damaged. He's going to have to come into the pits for repair. I don't think that car is in good shape.
But the iRacing stewards are very sleepy today as they keep it under green. Oh my goodness, the leader parked it in the inside wall, thudded in there, and they're still going to stay under green.
Well, it hit that inside wall and never even came close to back to the racing groove, so I'm going to guess that's the logic behind the flag not coming out. But man, that is That's a tough break for Ernest Brown. He got his free repair. Car's in good shape, but he's going to be 2 laps down by the time he gets back up to speed. This is Ryan Nuss's race now to take there, Bill.
We only have 6 cars on the lead lap. It's Nuss, Moore, Speidel, Shinosky, Holloway, and rounding out the last car 14 seconds back is Jeff Rudolph.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you who's really upset about the non-flag there. That's going to be Matt Hoos. That was Hoos's chance to get back into this race, and now it's gone away from him. Now we're about to hit lap 50 here with only 25 to go. Going to be really, unless we get a yellow flag, Matt Hoos is going to be left sitting out there a lap down. Ryan Nuss right now is pretty close to catching the back of the field here. Jeff Rudolph is not that far in front of him, just about 1.5 seconds in front of him. He is about to put a lap on Jeff Rudolph here, and like I said, just a few laps. Ryan Nuss, your leader. Donnie Moore, my pick there, still having a pretty solid run, man. Keeping that car looking clean, Bill.
Well, Nuss sits 3rd in the standings right now. He does have a win from Stafford earlier this season. He has 2 podiums and 3 tops 5, so he's used to running up front. This has been a pretty good season for him so far. This is certainly going to help him in the championship race, as he has, almost a complete second lead over Donnie Moore, who runs in 2nd.
Here comes Speidel. Here comes Speidel. He is starting to put some pressure now on Donnie Moore. Speidel is in this race, and he is in it to win it, man. He is closing every lap. He is picking up ground in the turns. Speidel just seems to be able to drive that car deeper.
We're on board with Speidel right now, as you can see him inching his way towards Moore. Very close. Now he's right behind him. Let's see if he dodges to the inside. Here we go. Moore, Speidel. Nope, Moore's going to back out, wait for a better turn. Moore definitely faster. Moore now has the inside line. Moore dives to the inside. Speidel on the outside. Moore takes the position. Speidel takes the position easily as Speidel goes to the inside. I called that one wrong. Moore now drops into 3rd space. Speidel in the number 26 car, moving into 2nd, and now he wants to set sight on Ryan Nuss.
Well, Speidel been looking strong all night in that 76 machine. He has got his sights set now on Jeff Rudolph, who's gone a lap down. Our leader, Ryan Nuss, put it on him there a couple laps ago. Now Speidel is setting up Rudolph now to get past him. Does it to the inside. Rudolph moves out of the way. And now Speidel has to worry about there after a close call with Rudolph. All Speidel's got to worry about is now getting to Nuss. And so far, Speidel looking pretty strong during this race. Man, Donnie Moore is going to have to get on it. If he's got any chance of winning this thing, he is really going to have to get on it now, because we have just clicked off lap number 57, about to click off 58 here, and we are about to get into the closing stations of this race here, Bill.
Nuss has a complete 1 second lead on Speidel. What Speidel really could use is a yellow flag. Nobody likes to see a yellow flag. Certainly the fans don't want to see a yellow flag. But Brad Speidel could sure use one to get closer to Nuss, because it's going to be hard for him to run down to 1 complete second with only about 15 laps left to race. Donnie Moore is dropping back in now. We're looking for a battle somewhere. We have a nice battle. Philip Temples, take a quick look at Philip Temples in a battle for 9th and 10th with Lowell Jewell. But that's 8 seconds back as I'm looking at a lap car. They're really looking for a battle somewhere other than the leaders. And our director can't find one either, so I'm sorry, all you folks in the back of the pack. We're going to stay with the leaders, because that's really our closest battle. And even that one is beginning to stretch out a little bit. Ryan Nuss now, well, it's down to under a second. Speidel's knocked 1 second off. He's got to get there quickly, though. We only have 15 laps remaining. 14 laps now.
And Speidel can catch him. Speidel is deep in the race, looking strong. I'll tell you what, Speidel's really got a chance here. He is closing. He's closing quick. If he can keep it off the fence, keep it on the track, he's got a great shot, because he has been probably the fastest car on this track tonight from start to finish here right now. Ryan Nuss has got to be getting a little bit nervous here at this point in that number 13 machine.
Speidel's knocked another 1/10 of a second off. He had it down to under 0.8. It's grown up a little bit now as it's holding at about 0.8. He still has time. He needs to be patient. He needs to hit his mark. Brad Speidel looking to run down Ryan Nuss.
Yeah, and Nuss has got Lowell Jewell in front of him. He's got to watch out here. That could slow him down just a little bit. Lowell is right now. I'm sure Lowell will move out of the way. Lowell's got not much to gain by holding him up, but still having to work that traffic could slow him down just enough for Spidle to make up the ground he needs to make that move.
Spidle started the season with a third place. The first two races of the season at Martinsville and at Stafford, but hasn't been able to follow up on that with a 5th, a 13th, and a 5th. So this is his best performance in a long time.
Yeah, but we did say before the race, it's kind of been feast or famine for Ryan Nuss. A win tonight would put him in the lead in the points, and that would be great. And it looked like Jewell got a piece of the fence right there. Oh, it looked like Nuss might have followed him up there. Maybe just gotten a little bit of contact, not enough to make much of a difference. But again, Brad Spidle just waiting to take advantage of a missed opportunity by Nuss. Nuss ever so close on the bumper now, Lowell Jewell, and again that could eat up a little bit more time. Spidle seems to still be in this thing.
I heard some type of contact. It's Matt Hoos into the inside wall. Is it going to bring out the yellow? He looped it into the inside wall. He's now backing it out.
No, we're still green. We're still green.
Another hard hit to the inside. There you see.
Okay, so
Spidle
and Nuss both managed to get around Lowell Jewell, and but Nuss is just throttling it, man, and he is really starting to actually open it up on Spidle now.
The interval is almost back up to a second. Ryan Nuss just trying to hit his marks. He has 4 laps to go and almost a second to get there. Second lead. Brad Spidle, 1 second behind, has a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to get there in time. In third position now comfortably is Donnie Moore.
Still going to be a great run for Donnie Moore tonight.
And I think I hear more contact. Again, I think it was Moose having trouble. We'll stay on our leaders. 2 laps to go. Ryan Nuss comfortably in front. Last lap now. Nuss coming around the final corner. Checker flag is out. And Ryan Nuss is your winner. Race number 8 of the Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Series. Second place, Brad Spidle. Third place, Donnie Moore. Matt Shanowski in 5th. Mike Holloway picks up 5th position. Very fast race, Sean.
Yeah, and 6th is going to go to Jeff Rudolph. Ernest Brown in 7th tonight. Philip Temple's going to finish this race in 8th. Lowell Jewell, tough night for Lowell. Caught up in that accident early. Never really recovered from it. Finishes 9th. Matt Hoos. Matt Hoos. Another rough go for Matt Hoos tonight. He just got caught up in the mess. 5 laps down. Finishes in 10th. Brian Neff. Just unfortunate. Only 34 laps down. Finishes 11th. Tim Knott out of this race early, 38 laps down, 12th. Kenny Morris finishes 13 tonight, 52 laps down. And Dennis Ellis was, unfortunately, our first casualty of the night. He'll finish tonight 14th after finishing 5th tonight, 64 laps down, Bill.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll put the slideshow on so you can see the upcoming races on Global Sim Racing Channel. We'll be back with interviews and closing credits. Be back very quickly. Don't go away. Well, I sure hope you left. I sure hope you left early, and I hope there wasn't traffic because we had a quick one. We figured it went about actually just under 22 minutes of actual racing time. So I guess I didn't need to make my bathroom break before the race because that was pretty darn quick. But it was exciting. It's good to see some good racing there. Congratulations to Ryan Nuss, who is our winner. That's his first victory of the season, and certainly, Sean, that's going to close him in the standings. And I think we have Ryan available for an interview, so we can bring him in right now. Ryan, do you hear us?
I got a copy.
It's Bill here with Sean in the booth. Congratulations for your first victory. Kind of a you didn't have the lead right away, but once you got it, was a kind of nice race for you, kind of comfortable.
Yeah, unfortunately this track is just a pretty easy track where you can just flat-foot it around.
Did you how did you there was a lot of action in the back there. Did you made your pass for the lead. Did you take it on the inside or the outside?
Well, I started from the pole, and unfortunately Matt on the outside got a black flag.
That's what happened. That's right. That was that what's your opinion on that? He seemed like he took off awfully quick for what we were looking at.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought I was going to go quicker or what was going on with that, but it's unfortunate that it ended his night quickly like that.
That's right. That was and then you were home free from there. Well, let's go ahead. We'll talk about. I'm not sure where we go next. Bristol. I wish I had my schedule up here to see where we're going next. I would ask you what you think about the track. This is your first win so far this season. Now you started off fast this year, but then you've ran into some trouble and you've missed the last couple races. I think. Nope, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong statistics. Let me see if I can bring up your stuff. We can actually talk about you here today. There we go. Sorry. You had a win at Stafford. And then you've been here for every race, so congratulations. You had a third at Oxford, so it's nice to see you back on the podium again.
Oh, it feels good to be back here.
Okay, Ryan. Sean, you have anything for Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, a great race tonight, man. Congratulations. Always love seeing the number 13 there up in the front of the field. Love that pink car. One of my favorite colors, actually, next to black. So always a good combination for me. But again, great job and congratulations. Looking forward to next week. You think you got anything for him then?
We'll see. Hopefully I'll be up there again. I got to keep trucking along since I think I might be close to the lead on the points now.
Yeah, well, we'll head to South Boston. You got a lot of experience there?
Oh, not a whole lot, but we'll see.
Well, buddy, we wish you the best there next week. And again, congratulations tonight on a big win. This is going to be a great points night for you. I think it might actually put you in first if I'm correct here. I might be wrong, but we'll see here in a few minutes how the points shake out. But again, congratulations to you. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bill, back to you, buddy.
Okay, Sean, we're going to bring somebody in the booth for you. See if you can run down here. We're going to try to get our second place driver in, Brad Spidle. Let's see if we can get Brad in with us here, and we'll send Sean over, see if you can track him down in pit lane. Do you see him, Brad? You see him, Sean? You seen each other?
Yeah, there he is. I found Brad. I'm standing next to him here next to the car here on the other side of the virtual wall. And Brad, great run tonight, man. Brother, you had that car on rails, man. You were picking up spots all night. Congratulations on the second place finish. How do you feel right now?
I feel pretty good. I think after I hit that wall at the start of the race, it helped my car out.
So I guess that early yellow really kind of helped you out there?
Yeah, it helped me catch up.
Well, that car certainly in the last half of this race really looked like it was hooked up. Did you ever feel like the tires were going away from you? It was pretty strong throughout.
No, it stayed the same the whole run.
I really thought you had a chance there to catch Nuss, and then he got around Lowell, and I know every time you get around somebody or have to get by somebody, you might lose a little bit of time, but Lowell moved so far out of the way, it really just didn't scuff any speed off for him, and Ryan was able to just keep that distance. Do you think maybe if he had about 5 more laps, you might have been able to get to him?
No, I wasn't going to catch Ryan. We were at the same speed at the end.
Well, this is one bad fast track that requires a lot of concentration, and hitting your marks and staying in the right groove. And hats off to you tonight. You got any sponsors, family, or friends you'd like to give a shout out to here at this point?
I'd just like to thank you guys for putting this on, and for Lo and Matt for doing what they do with the league. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
So, what do you think about South Boston? That's where we're heading next. How do you think you'll fare there next week?
I don't know. We'll see when we get there.
All right, Brad. Well, hey, thanks for coming up into the booth with us tonight. Again, congratulations on that number 76 getting to the front there and holding on to that second place finish. You started 13th, so you worked hard and you had a good payoff tonight. So congratulations. We'll see you in South Boston.
Yeah, see you there.
All right, buddy. Well, Bill, I think we're going to go ahead and I think you've caught up with our third place finisher, Donnie Moore. Let you go ahead and talk to Donnie now. Have you found him yet, Bill? Have you found Donnie?
I have found him. He's not very sweaty. He looks pretty fresh. That was a pretty... Hey, Donnie, you started third, you finished third, the race started, the race ended. That was a pretty quick work tonight.
Yeah, the first 5 or 10 laps was pretty exciting, and then I was followed the leader there. It was tough to pass.
Well, you've had yourself 3 runner-up positions. You had a second place at Martinsville, I think a second place at USA, I think you had another one at Thompson, third place tonight. What do you think? We've had many a winner here this season. You think you got a chance at actually carrying that checker flag around for a victory lap one time?
Jeez, it would be nice, wouldn't it? I think I have 3 more chances. We'll get 3 more races in the season. I can promise you next week's going to be a lot more exciting a racing tomorrow, next week at South Boston. It's going to be exciting.
Completely different track than what we saw here today. I think a lot of us have experience on South Boston. Of course, mine's in the little tiny Legends car, but these cars should do pretty well there, I would think. Wouldn't you? Would you have a good feeling about that track?
Oh yeah, South Boston and these cars go great together. I love racing there. So hey, congratulations to Ryan tonight. Real good run, and boy, it's Ernie, tough luck there. I don't know. He said the car just turned left. He was running away from us. And congrats also to Brad for a second place finish.
Hey, Bill, let me step in for just a second. Donnie, you sound like a guy who might have actually been to South Boston a few times.
I was thinking the same thing, Sean.
Hey, Donnie, did you copy me on that?
Yeah, in the virtual world. Yeah, I've been there a lot in the virtual world.
No, well, how far are you from the track, though, I guess is what I was getting at.
No, far away. I'm up in New Hampshire.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you had a little bit of that Boston flavor going on there, but good on you.
Congratulations, Donnie.
Thanks a lot, Bill. Appreciate it.
Okay, I think since we had such a short race to do, we have time for one more interview, Director. Is there anybody left we can talk to? They're all done. They've had enough. They figured, it's early enough night, Sean. They can probably still get out, take the little woman out for dancing. So I think that's what's going on tonight.
Well, we do have South Boston coming up, and I got to tell you, South Boston is going to be an interesting race because it's a very tight track, and these guys are going to have to be on their game when we get to South Boston next week. We've got a really tight points battle right now. Ryan Nuss goes up to the leader in points tonight with 67. Tied behind him are Donnie Moore and Matt Hoos at 66 points each. So the stakes are high going into the last 3 races of the season. We've got South Boston coming up, then Lanier, and then finish out the season at New Smyrna down in Florida. And that's always where the excitement's at, is down there in Florida at New Smyrna. Going to be a great way to end this season. But, man, these last 3 races are going to be a real battle. You're going to see a lot of jockeying for position, and you're going to see guys really trying to make a last-second dash to get to the top of the points here. And, I imagine these next 3 races are going to be probably the most exciting races of the season, just based on the urgency left with only 3 races left, Bill.
Well, congratulations to our podium winners, and, of course, sympathies to Brown, who I believe crashed while leading, so that's was really a tough casualty. Brown finished 2 laps down in 7th position. We're going to wrap things up. We'd like to quickly thank everyone at the Bootleg Racing League for organizing this event and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. Thanks to the companies, equipment, and software we use on our broadcast. That's iRacing.com, XSplit, Twitch TV, Audio-Technica, Behringer, and Aver Media. A special thanks to Eric Ekholm, whose music is not only found here on GSRC, but in TV commercials, movie trailers, iTunes, Spotify, the 8-track in my 1976 AMC Pacer. If you'd like more information about Eric Ekholm, where if you like his music, tell him where you heard it at Twitter at Eric Ekholm. Additional thanks to Casey Lalonde, who also provides us with the music for our broadcast. You can find more of his music at caseylalonde.bandcamp.com. Thanks to my mic mates, Sean Ambrose, our director Kevin Brown, and Dougie Beard for his camera locations. If you'd like to find out more about Global Sim Racing Channel, you can find it at, this is really coincidental, globalsimracingchannel.com. Well, that's smart that they use, well, I guess that's obvious. Along with the archived races and race highlights, we're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at, well, here it is again, Global Sim Racing Channel. The Bootleg Racing League returns. It says it returns next Saturday, but I'm not sure if that's correct. I have it next Saturday, May 13th. For race number 9.
It's next Saturday, buddy.
Well, that's not May 13th, is it?
No, June 13th.
June 13th.
Right. Yes, sir.
Don't come May, because unless you like in some type of weird time continuum, I think. June 13th for race 9 from South Boston. But I know this for sure. Next up for the Global Sim Racing Channel is a new series for us, the Absolute Beginner Series. Little cars on a big track when the open-wheeled Skip Barber's machines attack historic Spa. Man, you want to see that. Mark that. That is, do I have the date? I don't have the date on here. Let me tell you. It's June 7th, and that's something you'll want to see. It's tomorrow. My goodness, what time is it, Director, tomorrow? It's tomorrow morning, I believe. So get up early, make some toast and bacon there, sit on down, hook your computer up to the TV, and enjoy the Absolute Beginner Series. It'll be good. Well, I think that's it now that the housekeeping is all done. It's time for us to say, have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.